Okay, good evening, consumer behavior class. This week, you're going to read that chapter 8, a very good chapter, especially the family dynamics piece. There's a great video on Blackboard I want you to pay attention to. And we all need to know how the American household today is changing. Just think about 50 years ago. The traditional family, the mom, the dad, the 2 kids, 3 kids, a white picket fence, the dog. Divorce rate, 5 times lower than it is today? What's the family typical household today? It's in the book. How does that affect marketing and buying behaviors? Divorce rate at 65%? Intercultural marriages, no kids, women not getting married, the singles. There's a lot of change. And so that video will help you put things together on where we are in 2021. Do some outside research as well. Marketers need to know with family dynamics in the typical household, with the changes, how to go after these different needs. Women that don't get married, that get into careers, have a lot more disposable income. Single men now are less happy and not as successful as being married. These are all the stats that are happening today in 2021. A very unique family dynamic. I want to comment briefly on the attitude video with Zig Ziglar. I hope some of you took advantage of what he suggested if you don't like your job, because attitudes can change, but you have to work on it. And who would not want to change a negative to a positive when it relates to your job? I did this, 2014, 37 things I like about my job at Wake Tech, that you then go from like to love. And then you appreciate what you have when you're having a bad day or asked to do something you don't want to do. You got to take the time to write those down and then eventually say, I love the fact that I get paid. I love the fact that I have health insurance. I love the fact that I have vision insurance. I love the fact that I have dental insurance. I love the fact that I live across the street. I love the fact that I have an office. I love the fact that the university or the campus is new and beautiful. Now, if you love your job, you're in the minority. That's great. But there's something you don't like that you need to change your attitude about. The other thing is stealth marketing. I love it. A lot of you put not ethical. Most of you put ethical, but a lot more than typical or my seated classes. Nobody puts it for some reason, but in the online, I think we had 6, 7. It's not ethical. Well, technically you're right. Not being upfront with somebody that you actually work for the company, it's lying. But television commercials, did Tiger Woods, who used to promote Buick, did Tiger drive a Buick on his ad? No. Maybe in his contract he had to drive a Buick once a year, but Tiger drives Escalades and Mercedes and Porsche, not a Buick. And he's saying Buicks are the best cars? What's the difference between an ad on television and somebody saying, hey, can you take a picture of me and my girlfriend with this Sony camera? Just to get that camera in the prospect's hands and then say, pretty cool thing, isn't it? So to start word of mouth buzz marketing, it's pretty clever. And remember, marketing is there to make yours and my life easier with the products we want through marketing research. Marketing has created products that you and I use that make our lives better, that make our lives easier. And if it's not working on television or radio or traditional media or on banner ads or even word of mouth, why not do stealth marketing? Get the product in my hand without me even knowing. For example, Best Buy. I've never bought Apple before. I've always bought Toshiba Satellink laptops. They're more than half the cost of a laptop for Apple. And so I remember getting approached by this lady that I thought was a typical customer holding a Mac Air in her hand, the real small one. I was at the Satellite Toshiba, far away from Apple. I always walked by Apple. It's too expensive. And she asked me if I knew anything about Apple because her daughter was interested, and that her daughter said that you didn't need to run Norton antivirus on Apple. Well, you do on Toshiba. It's an extra cost. I didn't know that. Then she said, the Apple doesn't get hot under the computer when it runs for a while. Toshiba does. They got a fan to keep it cold or cool it. I didn't know that. I didn't like the fact that the Toshiba always felt like it was going to catch on fire. Then she put the Mac Air in my hands. I never picked one up. Now I'm holding it, looking at it. It felt like a Mercedes compared to the Toshiba's. Thin, sleek. I opened it up. That Apple glow hit me in the face. I bought it. Now, she admitted later on that she worked for Apple. She knew a lot about Apple. I was stealth marketed because I wouldn't have talked to her if I knew she worked for Apple up front. I just thought she was a mom, asking questions for her daughter. She got my attention. If a Best Buy rep would have come up in that blue shirt, "Can I help you, sir?" I say, "No, I'm good." And I would have bought the $5.99 Toshiba. Instead, I walked out with the $9.99 or $10.99, whatever it was, Apple. Now I have an Apple Watch, I got the Apple iPad, I've had 2 laptops, and I'm about to buy the new desktop Apple for $12.99. I'm addicted to Apple. I'm an Apple fan because I was stealth marketed to. So while technically I was lied to up front, I'm all right with it. So you've all been stealth marketed at some point. Anyways, I want you to have a good week. I'm leaving on Monday. I would suggest this week that you get Chapter 8 done, the homework, the discussion post, well before you take that test on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Don't wait till last minute. And we will talk soon after. Take care.